First, thank you for being here. So, Andreas has pushing me to this stage. Every manufacturer has to go to this door, and I'm really nervous. But it's also a good chance to present our machine, what we have did. So I cannot see everyone. I just concentrate me on the device. And yes, the first I have to talk less and much to play. It's hard for me. So for the first, I give a little bit an overview what we see here, because I cannot present everything, so get just an overview. The MD900 is a desktop machine, it's obviously, and this desktop machine is a digital machine, so all things is done in software. It's no FPGA, it's embedded-based machine, so we have 4 timbres that we can play together. We have 16 voices, and we have, as a 5th part, a sample-based drum machine inside. And I have prepared some stuff for the important thing that's in the device that is not so obviously. We're using a clip launching, a thing that is similar to Ableton Live. And you can do some clip launching, so I can just get on the side. You can not see easily. But on the one thing, we have the launchpad here. This launchpad is just controlling the clip launching. So the logic and the runtime for the clip launcher is just in the box, and we have no computer everywhere. And these clips are MIDI clips. We can also use arpeggiators and some other kind of clips, but that is another story. In the next, the panel is reached nearly for the sound engine. Nearly every parameter directly on this panel is built in a high quality case, as well high quality knobs. And with assistance display, you can just imagine what you're seeing there are here. So it gives you a taste what you're doing here on the certain section of a typical subtractive synthesis bass. So for that, you can see slightly the picture of the voice architecture. And the voice architecture is typically subtractive, and we give the machine the name extended virtual analog. And the reason is we're based on a wavetable oscillator. A wavetable is Serum compatible. That's how you can use wavetable that you can create it with a Serum editor and can be loaded into the machine. As well, we have a stackable unison for 4 oscillators per main oscillator, so that we can do unison as well. So I do that after the presentation with the real clip launching. I can show you some small features, depends on the time, because I will shorten up everything what I say here. But the next one, we have as well 1 oscillator, so we have 2 wavetable oscillator. We can switch with the wavetable oscillator as well to an algorithm oscillator. That means it's more virtual analog style. You can morph between different kind of waveforms. So maybe you can see that. So we can just morph things from one waveform to another. That can as well modulate it. Then we have a matrix inside where you can route a lot of things, so with a lot of sources and destinations. So it's relatively designed on a subtractive architecture, but we have extended with some nice features like a sample-based, multi-sample-based noise oscillator. We call it noise. It's a little bit an understatement. A multi-sample engine is not obviously, and this is one thing. The other is the wavetable oscillator has afterwards a spectral morphing capability where you can shape the sound in the frequency domain with certain algorithms. And this gives the sound designer in combination a lot of possibilities, because our mix of different sound generation and shapings, as well as shaper, is also included. You can mix these different kind of sound oscillators or sound sources with the shaper to a new kind of sound between every discipline. That was so the major idea. And after that, with the clip launching, we can do a performance just with the device. That was the idea. So I'm not an artist, so I'm talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I'm just Horst. So, and now I try to give you a little bit sound impression. So, how the time is? Okay. So we start with the first track. This is. So this was, I cannot say how it sounds in the audience because I hear it in a different way. So this was the first to show the capabilities of how the sound is in general of analog. So I play now isolated. So this is the bass line. So we can choose between two oscillators. So this is more the part for the virtual analog things. And as well, we can change these shapings for the wavetable oscillator as well. So this is based on the algorithm editor. I changed my preset here. So this is the capability of algorithms oscillator. So this is on the right side is the wavetable, and I give you then a little bit of taste what the wavetable is doing. So now a little bit show the opposite side of that what the machine is doing with the sample-based assistance of the oscillator. So we can now show this capability. So the first is when I hit this key, then I hear as well. So when we see that, we have just one hit on the voice allocation because the architecture of the voice has two filters, all is in stereo, two amplifier behind, so we can route the bass of the string sound. We can route it through the one filter and can use the piano sound. So I've now isolated the piano, and then I can route it and can play it in general with the noise oscillator. And the noise oscillator gives us the piano, and this runs through the filter B and is shaped with the amplifier. So can do just a layering in the voice directly, as an example. Or we can do an other sound. So it's that. So there's another sample we use, and you can mix it in that way. So on the other side, we can do the typical sound shapes that it's more common. So that was between these melodic techno style things, the classical part. But anyway, so we can do some things like that. Sounds like a 301. Or we have some arps. So as well, catering things. There's another one. So. Yeah. So then just other further plucky sounds. This was a Lazarus, that's also cool. It starts with a simple choir and is fed through the shaper with a hard clipping. Starts in beginning scary and so on. So, and now the plucky sound, I use that. So these are just a few sounds that you can imagine between the differences of them. And as well some other classical things like so now with the church. This is the last sound, and then we're doing some performance as well. So this using aftertouch. So the last point, I guess, is I do some more because then Andreas said then to me, I'm talking too much. So. Okay, so I thank you. I hope you have got a little impression what the machine is doing. So when you have some questions, please don't hesitate. But when not, it's as well fine because it is Saturday and I'm so boring at all. So thank you for listening. I hope you have enjoyed it.